The clouds tonight can't make up their mind. Half of the sky is clear and half is staying gray. And I've been sitting in that same in-between since you walked into the room and chose to stay. There's something in the way the evening settles, when the light decides to give a little more. The reverb on the guitar sounds like memory, and memory sounds exactly like before. Not the clear kind, not the certain kind, the kind that lives between the dark and bright. Momant적인 그 감각처럼 you feel most real in this half-light. Cloud cover, partly you, that's the forecast for the way I feel. Partly gray and partly golden, partly dreaming, partly real. 너의 옆에 있으면 everything gets softer on the edges. Cloud cover, partly you, that's the only weather I need. I found a note you left inside a book, 3 lines about a morning you forgot. And I read it like a message from a version of a time when everything was softer than I thought. The synth pads hold the space between the moments, the way your presence holds the space in me. And I close my eyes and let the reverb carry everything I can't quite find the words to be. Not the obvious kind, not the stated kind, the kind that hums below the surface of the day. 구름 사이로 빛이 드는 것처럼 you arrive in that same quiet way. Cloud cover, partly you, that's the forecast for the way I feel. Partly gray and partly golden, partly dreaming, partly real. 너의 옆에 있으면 everything gets softer around the edges. Cloud cover, partly you, that's the only weather I need. 봄 저녁이 이렇게 아름다운 건 maybe because everything is half decided. Half the sky and half the feeling, half of me completely by your side. 완전히 네 곁에. Partly gray, partly golden, 너의 옆에서. Partly dreaming, still here, still you. The lights still on in the window I just walked away from. The streets swept from earlier, and nobody else is out here. I dig for the bus card in my pocket. The screen says 4 minutes left. I count them like I have something else to do, and know that I don't. I said the small things, not the real one. You said goodnight like it was easy. I walked a long way to the stop, so I'd stop turning around. Last bus home, half empty seats. The driver doesn't ask me anything. Street lights pass in a quiet slideshow. I rest my hand on the cool window and let the city carry me back. 잘 가라는 말은 안 했어. 그게 더 나았던 것 같아. A song comes on, I half recognize. I don't skip it, but I don't turn it up. Someone laughs at the back of the bus, and it sounds like it's from a different life. The bag in my lap is heavier than it was, even though I didn't add anything. I stare at the floor for a couple blocks and let my eyes go a little soft. I said the small things, not the real ones. bus home, half empty seats. The driver doesn't ask me anything. Street lights pass in a quiet slideshow. I rest my hand on the cool window and let the city carry me back. 잘 가라는 말은 안 했어. 그게 더 낫던 것 같아. 버스장에 머리를 기댔어. 불빛이 자꾸 지나가. 괜찮은 척하기엔 너무 솔직한 시간이라. The stop sign blinks ahead. I reach for the bell. 내릴 정류장까지 딱 2정거장 남았네. 생각 정리할 시간이 조금 모자란 것 같아. 들들 기분이 좋아. And I don't know what started it. The light came through the window at an angle that made the whole room look like it was lit from the inside, from some warmer version of the ordinary afternoon, I know. And I kept moving through it without stopping, just letting all the easy feeling grow. Not the earned kind, not the deserved kind, just the kind that arrives without a cause. The floating scent holds all the unexplained in the space where a reason should have been. Good for no reason, that's the best kind of good to be. Good for no reason, when nothing particular set it free. The shimmer on the guitar says it perfectly. The drum machine keeps everything in line. Good for no reason, and the feeling is entirely mine. I replayed the afternoon 3 times over, not looking for the moment it began, just living in the version that was given, the one that didn't need a bigger plan. The synth kept floating over everything the way a feeling does when it's at ease, and I stayed inside the good until the evening without asking it to give me more than these. Not the explained kind, not the labeled kind, just the kind that fills the whole of the day. The dreamy shimmer underneath the lightness carries everything without needing to say. Good for no reason, that's the best kind of good to be. Good for no reason, when nothing particular set it free. The shimmer on the guitar says it perfectly. The drum machine keeps everything in line. Good for no reason, and the feeling is entirely mine. Let the scent hold the unexplained, let the reverb carry the ease. Some feelings are most themselves when you stop asking what they mean. What they mean. Good and light, no reason why. Still good, still mine. Come trend soft and kind of slanted, the blanket warm in just the right place. Nothing knocking on the door yet, and nothing needs me anyway. I tilt my face into the brightness and tell the day to take its time. Slow stretch, easy yawn. The kettle hasn't even gone on. This is mine, just mine, and I'm in no hurry to share it. 이런 게 좋더라. The cat blinks at me like an old friend. The floor is cool in the kind the day on the back of a receipt. Once I find my pen. Slow stretch, easy yawn. The kettle hasn't even gone on. This is mine, just mine, and I'm in no hurry to share it. 아무것도 안 해도 돼. 왜인지 모르겠지만 the room is full of nothing, and the nothing feels generous. Slow stretch, the day waits politely. 아직은 괜찮아. Been driving through the day without much purpose. The kind of afternoon that doesn't ask for plans. I made a cup and sat beside the window and noticed how the light keeps shifting where it lands. There's a version of contentment that arrives without a name, and I've been sitting in it since this morning, since your voice note came. Not looking for a reason to feel certain, not asking for the feeling to make sense. The guitar finds the pocket of the easy and carries everything without the weight of it. Just you, just this, that's the whole of everything I need. Just you in the background of my ordinary. Just this feeling running underneath. 그냥 네가 좋아. No explanation and no asking why. Just you, just this, the best parts of my life. You sent a picture from wherever you were. Nothing special, just a corner of a street. But I looked at it 3 times without meaning to, because it was yours and that was all I'd need. The afternoon kept doing what it does, moving slow and certain toward the evening, and I kept returning to the simplest thought, that this is what I mean when I say I'm good. Not the complicated kind of knowing, just the kind that settles in the warmth. The roads keeps running underneath the feeling, and everything clicks into place. Just you, just this, that's the whole of everything I need. Just you in the background of my ordinary. Just this feeling running underneath. 그냥 네가 좋아. No explanation and no asking why. Just you, just this, the best parts of my life. 여기 있어서 다행이야. I didn't know I needed this until I had it. The groove keeps going and I let it carry everything I can't quite say. Just this, just you. 그냥 그래, always you. Rotate labeled in your handwriting. A summer I forgot I kept. I haven't pressed play in forever. Now my fingers hovering above the deck. The room hasn't changed, but I have. And the songs still know how to start. If I had a rewind button, I'd press it just to hear you laugh again. Not to fix it, not to stay there, just to feel the room one more time. 그대로 돌아가면. The picture on the shelf keeps watching, like it knows where the time went. I pour another cup and tell it I'm doing okay, mostly. If I had a rewind button, I'd press it just to hear you laugh again. Not to fix it, not to stay there, just to feel the room one more time. 그대로 돌아가면 이게 마지막이면 then I wanna hear it slow. One more take, one more chorus before I let it go. The tape spins quiet, the reel keeps turning soft. 자꾸 생각나. And shoebox open on the table, faces I almost don't remember. The corners curling soft and yellow, a whole life packed in cardboard. I lift one up against the lamp and the room rearranges itself. Old photographs in soft disorder, hands I held in another year. I'm not sad, just kind of holding a version of me I don't quite know. Some I keep, some I set aside. The pile gets honest as it shrinks. I don't throw anything away tonight. I just look longer than I meant to. Old photographs in soft disorder, hands I held in another year. I'm not sad, just kind of holding a version of me I don't quite know. 그게 다였어. 보내기 싫었어. 마음이 안 잡혀. 아직 마음이 그래. The shoebox closes soft. 아직 마음이 그래. Take off known as gold or golden heavy, the kind that makes you not want to move. I've got the record on the side I always skip to, and the fan running low in the groove. There's a quality to evenings like this one that I've been trying to put into words, and the closest I can get is you should be here to hear what I've been hearing, feel what I've heard. Not the urgent kind, not the asking kind, just the kind that settles and stays warm. The roads knows exactly what to do with this feeling and turns the ordinary into form. Stay a little longer, that's the only thing I want to say. Stay a little longer in the soft part of the day. 조금만 더 있어줘. The record keeps on turning and the light keeps shifting. Stay a little longer, that's enough, that's the whole of it. You said you had somewhere to be at 7, and I said yes before I thought it through. But now it's 5:47 minutes, and I'm already missing future you. The final crackle holds the room together, the way familiar extra hour against a night without the sound of you. Not the heavy kind, not the holding on kind, just the kind that wants a little more. The lo-fi soul groove hums below the wanting and makes the asking easier than before. Stay a little longer, that's the only thing I want to say. Stay a little longer in the soft part of the day. 조금만 더 있어줘. The record keeps on turning and the light keeps shifting. Stay a little longer, that's enough, that's the whole of it. 아직은 괜찮아, we don't have to call it anything. Just stay until the record ends, and then we'll figure out the rest of everything. A little longer, just this 조금만. Still here, don't go yet. Had a sentence ready in my chest. Rehearsed it on the way to your door. Now the kettle's whistling between us. And I can't remember what it was for. 말하려다 그냥 the shape of it sits between two sips. Half a question, half a quiet, half a thought. I never aimed. The afternoon keeps going either way, and I keep watching the steam. You ask me what I've been thinking. I shrug like the answer's small, but it's been knocking since Tuesday, and it didn't get any smaller at all. 아직 모르겠어, and the shape just shifts in my hands. Half a question, half a quiet, half a thought. I never aimed. The afternoon keeps going either way, and I keep watching the steam. 물어보려다 그만뒀어. Maybe it wasn't time. Half a question folded in my pocket until I know what it asks. The candle clicks off and the room exhales. One small lamp, one open notebook, pages I won't write on tonight. But I like that they're waiting. The street outside is gone to sleep, and I haven't yet, but I'm not in a hurry. Lamp on low, the night gets honest. The walls remember what I am. Nothing's loud and nothing's missing, just the hum of the fridge and me. music my friend recommended. I don't love it yet, but I'm trying, and the trying is good company. Lamp on low, the night gets honest. The walls remember what I am. Nothing's loud and nothing's missing, just the hum of the fridge and me. 오늘은 유독 혼자가 더 편한데 왜 이 시간이 좋아 사실. 이상하게 위로가 돼. The lamp keeps glowing low. 이상하게 위로가 돼. The bell on the door rings soft, and the barista nods like we have an agreement. I take the window seat by habit, set my back against the wall. Outside, a sign blinks across the street, catching the wet pavement, gold and red. I unwrap the cup with both hands and settle into the chair like it's mine. The hum of the espresso machine sounds like it's miles away tonight. A page turns at the table behind me, and I don't even check. Window seat at midnight, soft glow, a whole hour I haven't owed anyone. The cup goes warm into my palm, and the room holds me without asking. I watch nothing in particular, and the nothing watches back. This is the version of me I never get during the day. A couple walks past with a dog. They look like they've been quiet for blocks. A taxi waits at the light too long, and the driver checks his phone. I noticed the music changed songs without knowing what either of them was. The barista wipes down the counter slow, like there is nowhere else she needs to be. The hum of the espresso machine sounds like it's miles away tonight. A page turns at the table behind me, and I don't even check. Window seat at midnight, soft glow, a whole hour I haven't owed anyone. The cup goes warm into my palm, and the room holds me without asking. I watch nothing in particular, and the nothing watches back. This is the version of me I never get during the day. 오늘 밤은 좀 다르네. 누구한테 말 안 하지만 여기 앉아서 보는 풍경이 하루 중에 제일 편해. 별거 아닌 일들이 별거가 될까. 커피 한 잔 더 시킬까. 아직 갈 마음이 없어. 집보다 여기가 더 집 같은 기분이 들어. 오늘은 그래도 돼. I scrolled back through our messages this afternoon, not looking for anything, just looking. And I found the version of us 3 months earlier, when everything was easier and unhurried. There's There's a frequency I keep almost catching, a signal right below the noise of the day. And I think it's you, it's always been you, and the parts of my attention I can't put away. Not the obvious kind, not the clear kind, the kind that lives just out of reach. The synth bass holds the space below the missing, and turns the wanting into something I can keep. A signal I keep missing, every time I almost catch it and move. Signal I keep missing, it sounds exactly like you. 자꾸 생각나 이상하게, I'm not looking for it, it just keeps arriving. Signal I keep missing, or maybe I've been finding it all along. I passed the cafe where we sat that one Tuesday, and felt the memory before I saw the place. It arrived before I'd given it permission, the way your name does in an ordinary space. The ambient texture holds the mood below it, that low hum that runs beneath the afternoon. And I stopped walking for a half a second, not sure if I was arriving or leaving you. Not the dramatic kind, not the aching kind, more the kind that quietly insists. The alt R&B groove holds all the in-between, and makes the signal easier to resist less. Signal I keep missing, every time I almost catch it and move. Signal I keep missing, it sounds exactly like you. 자꾸 생각나 이상하게, I'm not looking for it, it just keeps arriving. Signal I keep missing, or maybe I've been finding it all along. 연락하고 싶어서, but I put the phone down twice. Some signals are best left at almost, and almost is enough for tonight. Still arriving, still missing, 이상하게 자꾸 still yours, still finding. 풍수기든 on the counter, 연락이 없네 그냥. Lamp on dim, dishes still drying, the house just keeps doing its quiet thing. I don't check it, but I notice the way my eyes keep drifting. The voicemail light isn't blinking, the screen stays patient and dark. I tell myself that's fine, and refill the kettle once more. Some songs sound different tonight, 잘 지내고 있겠지. The plant on the sill is leaning like it heard something I didn't say. I don't check it, but I notice the way my eyes keep drifting. The voicemail light isn't blinking, the screen stays patient and dark. I tell myself that's fine, and refill the kettle once more. The day folds itself away without asking my permission. The lamp keeps doing its work. The voicemail light stays dark, and so does the room. 보고 싶다 그냥. 될 수 없었어 the room you've shared with someone that holds the shape of them long after they've gone. Not haunted, more like the walls absorb the warmth and play it back at low volume. reverb on the guitar sounds like memory. The way it holds the note a little past its time. And I sit inside the particular resonance of a room that carries you in its design. Not the grief kind, not the missing kind. We're the kind that lives below the surface, warm. The synth holds what the room can't quite release, and keeps the feeling from becoming a storm. The room remembers, even when I've moved the furniture around. The room remembers, and the way a certain light still makes a sound. 이 소리가 좋아, the way it fills the space with something wordless. The room remembers, and I'm glad I let it keep what it found. I changed the record twice before I found the right one, the one that matched the temperature in here. And when it finally sat against the afternoon, everything went quiet in the best possible way. The floating scent held all the remembered moments, not sharp, not seeking, just present and still. And I let the room do what it always does, hold whatever it holds with a particular skill. Not the sentimental kind, not the heavy kind, just the kind that asks for nothing in return. The dream pop shimmer underneath the memory makes the warmth feel like something you can earn. The room remembers, even when I've moved the furniture around. The room remembers, in the way a certain light still makes a sound. 이 소리가 좋아, the way it fills the space with something wordless. The room remembers, and I'm glad I let it keep what it found. 이 공간이 좋아 사실, not because of anything specific, just the way it holds the afternoon and makes the ordinary feel terrific. Still remembering, still warm. 이 소리, still here, the room and me. I've been in the car for a while now, not sad exactly, just needing the space. The records on the side I always skip to, and the room feels exactly the right size. 그냥 혼자 있고 싶어, not because anything went wrong, just the particular weight of too much company, and the particular relief of being alone with a song. Not the lonely kind, not the withdrawn kind, just the kind that needs the room to breathe. The road sits low and understands completely, and doesn't ask for anything from me. Some rooms are better empty, some hours belong to you alone. Some rooms are better empty when the world outside has been too full. The vinyl crackle holds the silence gently, the bass keeps time below the still. Some rooms are better empty, and this one fits the bill. I turned the notifications off an hour ago and felt the afternoon expand a little. Everything got quieter and wider, like the room that solved some quiet riddle. The lo-fi groove kept running underneath me, not asking and not needing a reply. fly, and I stayed inside the particular comfort of a room to let me be exactly what I am inside. Not the avoidance kind, not the hiding kind, just the kind that restores what gets worn down the roads. Knows how to hold the space of solitude without making it feel like you're down. Some rooms are better empty, some hours belong to you alone. Some rooms are better empty when the world outside has been too full. The vinyl crackle holds the silence gently, the bass keeps time below the still. Some rooms are better empty, and this one fits the bill. 그냥 이대로가 좋아. No explanation and no apology, just a record and the room and the quiet version of me. Empty and full, still and close. 그냥 혼자, just this, just right. Marpin, carrying a version of you that only shows up in the in-between. Not the one that everyone else gets, but the one that lives in all the quiet scenes. The way you laugh before the punchline, the way you check if I'm okay before you speak. I've been holding on to every small thing that most people wouldn't think to keep. Not the highlight reel, not the easy part, just a version of you I know by heart. The groove finds a feeling underneath and carries everything I mean to keep. The side of you I keep is the one that no one else can see. It's the pause before you answer, it's the warmth you give so naturally. 네가 모르는 내 마음속에, the way you make the ordinary hold. The side of you I keep is everything I know. The evening came in soft today, that half-lit sky that can't decide. I walked a long way just to think about the way you always know what's on my mind. You texted something small and ordinary, and I read it twice without knowing why. Some things settle into you so quietly, you don't notice until they've changed your life. Not the grand gesture, not the clear one, just the kind that fills the space between. The guitar finds a pocket of the knowing and makes the feeling come alive and clean. The side of you I keep is the one that no one else can see. It's the pause before you answer, it's the warmth you give so naturally. 네가 모르는 내 마음속에, the way you make the ordinary hold. The side of you I keep is everything I know. 가끔은 말하기 어렵지만 I think you already feel it too. In all the things we'll even say, there's nothing I would change about you, nothing at all. Everything I keep is the side of you. 아직도 네 옆에, still here, still true. To switch flick, the room goes velvet. The lamp clicks like it's letting go. I sit on the floor for no reason, and the floor is fine with that. There's a hum the house only makes when I finally stop moving through it. Lights out and the dark gets gentle, the shapes aren't new, get softer at the edge. I'm not lonely, I'm not waiting, I'm just here and that's enough. street lamp paints a stripe across the wall. The wall doesn't mind the company. A car goes by, then no cars, and then no cars. Feels like a friend. Lights out and the dark gets gentle. The shapes I knew get softer at the edge. I'm not lonely, I'm not waiting, I'm just here, and that's enough. 슬프진 않아, 그냥 조용해서 좋아. 익숙해 이 기분. 불을 끄고 the dark holds the room steady. 불을 끄고 drawer full of paper I never folded. A pen that ran out somewhere mid-thought. The words always sounded better in my head than they ever did out loud. I read them back and the ink looked shy, like it knew I'd never send it. Letters unsent in a soft stack, tied with a ribbon I keep retoying. I open them only on slow evenings and put them back gentler than before. 연락하고 싶었어. 아직 네 옆에 있고 싶어. Maybe one day I'll burn them, or maybe I'll keep them just so. There's a version of me on the page who said everything I didn't know. Letters unsent in a soft stack, tied with a ribbon I keep retoying. I open them only on slow evenings and put them back gentler than before. 연락하고 싶었어. 아직 네 옆에 있고 싶어. 조금만 더 held in my pocket. Held in my pocket. Letters unsent. 오늘따라 sit a little closer to my hand. 여기 있어서 다행이야. The pages of the morning turn slow. You're flipping through a book by the window. I'm watching cream swirl through my cup. Nothing on the list but each other, and the radio playing something low. Saturday pages, no rush to fill them. Just write the day the way it goes. Coffee getting cold, but who minds? 그냥 네가 좋아. You laugh at something half out loud and read it to me anyway. I forget what I had planned and lean in just to stay. Saturday pages, no rush to fill them. Just write A second pour will do. This is the kind of nothing I keep looking forward to. A whole day with no edges, and you here too. Saturday pages, just write us in. The day is ours to spend. It keeps moving down by one. 말 안 해도 알지. I shift the meeting to Friday again, and the Friday after that. Calendar full of polite delays, and my honest answer still loading. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, maybe the shape of it changes if I wait. I keep choosing the soft no that doesn't have to say its name. The folder's open on my desktop. 그냥 그래. I'll deal with it after coffee. After coffee, after coffee. Calendar full of polite delays, and my honest answer still loading. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, maybe the shape of it changes if I wait. I keep choosing the soft no that doesn't have to say its name. Some things deserve a slower yes. Some things just keep getting slower. I'll find the difference eventually. Maybe tomorrow. The folder waits politely. 어떡하지 그냥. There's something I've been circling for a while. Not quite ready to call it what it is. I keep arriving at the edge of it and stepping back before the naming gets to this. The reverb on the guitar holds the in-between, that particular shimmer of the not yet known. And I stay inside the circling on purpose, because some things are better left alone a little. 아직 모르겠어. That's the most honest thing I have. The synth holds what the words can reach. It makes the not knowing feel less like a lag. Not sure yet. beside me, this unnamed thing that walks at my pace, not urgent and not asking for a decision, just present, taking up its comfortable space. The dream pop shimmer holds it exactly the way a feeling does when it needs time, and I keep moving through without resolving, because the not yet is its own kind of fine. 아직 모르겠어, but it doesn't feel like fear. Not sure yet. Some questions don't need the how. The floating seat knows what it doesn't know, and sits inside the question without trying. Not sure yet, and the not sure feels like something worth relying. 물어보려다 그만뒀어, because the answer might change the shape of this, and the shape of this right now is good enough. I'm not ready to know what I miss. Two. I keep a version of that evening somewhere, the one where I said the right thing at the right time, where I didn't hesitate before the moment, and everything lined up exactly in the rhyme. The record's on and the room is doing something soft and amber in the evening light, and I visit the version sometimes without planning. 조금 있을걸, that's the thought that finds me in the night. The version that got away, life somewhere between what happened and what could. The version that got away was probably better than I understood. The bass keeps walking and the rose keeps turning, the vinyl crackle holds the almost said. The version that got away is the one I carry in my head. It's not that what happened was wrong exactly, more that the other version had more grace. I was almost there, almost saying it completely, almost meeting you across the space. The lo-fi groove holds all the almost perfectly, the way a warm room holds the things that passed. And I stay inside the comfortable regret, the kind that isn't heavy, doesn't last. 이게 마지막이면 어땠을까? Not with pain, just with the quiet of the wondering. The road sits low below the question, it makes the bittersweet feel worth the pondering. The version that got away, life somewhere between what happened and what could. The version that got away was probably better than I understood. The bass keeps walking and the roads keeps turning, the vinyl crackle holds the almost said. The version that got away is the one I carry in my head. 조금 더 있을걸, that's all it would have taken. A little more time in the moment before it became a road not taken. Not taken. still almost still close. Yeonnam-dong, the version that stayed in my head. You're close enough to stay that night, but something in the air between us shifted. You put your jacket on before I asked, and the moment passed before I'd even lifted a word toward the door, toward keeping you. I watched you go and called it being fine, and the reverb from the guitar kept ringing long after you'd already crossed the line. Not the dramatic kind of leaving, just the quiet kind of sticks around. The floating synth holds all the almost in the space between the door and the ground. Almost stay, that's the version I keep coming back to. Almost stay, when everything was close but nothing landed. 괜찮다고 했잖아, but the almost is still louder than the answer. Almost stayed, and I don't know what that means for us. I played the evening back a few times after, trying to find the moment I could have held. The cafe closed and the walk toward the station, the way you paused like something in you swelled. But I didn't ask and you didn't offer, and we both kept moving toward the end. And the dream pop shimmer held the feeling, the way a window holds the light and bends. Not the painful kind, not the sharp kind, more the kind that hums below the weak. The synth keeps floating over all the almost, and makes the bittersweet a little sweet. Almost stay, that's the version I keep coming back to. Almost stay, when everything was close but nothing landed. 괜찮다고 했잖아, but the almost is still louder than the answer. Almost stayed, and I don't know what that means for us. 다시 연락할 수 있을까? Or would we just end up here again? Both of us almost saying the real thing, both of us walking away in the end. Almost there, almost you. 괜찮다고 했잖아, still almost, still close. There's a brutal pure silence that lives between people, the kind that isn't empty, just unhurried. I've been sitting in the one you left behind when you said goodbye, and the room felt different. The reverb on the guitar says it better than anything I've tried to put in words. It holds the shape of something half decided, the feeling that arrives before it's heard. Not the heavy kind, not the unresolved kind, more the kind that knows it doesn't need to speak. The synth holds something underneath the quiet that makes the silence easier to keep. The quiet between us is the loudest thing I know. The quiet between us is where everything goes. 말안해도 알잖아, I feel it in the space before you answer. The quiet between us is more than enough. I replayed the last part of our conversation, the 3 seconds where you paused before the end. And I thought That pause was everything, actually. The whole of what we never had to send. The floating scent keeps hovering above it, the way a feeling does before it lands. And I stay inside the quiet of the knowing, not needing it to go the way I planned. Not the uncertain kind, not the anxious kind, the kind that only comes from being known. The dream pop shimmer holds what can't be stated and makes the whole thing feel less like alone. The quiet between us is the loudest thing I know. The quiet between us is where everything goes. 말하는 두알잖아. I feel it in the space before you answer. The quiet between us is more than enough. 뭐라고 해야 할진 모르겠어, but I think you already know. Some things live better in the pause, between the words we never have to show. Quiet and close, quiet and known. 그냥 알잖아. Still here, still yours. The evening comes in soft tonight. The kind of sky that can't decide. Half still golden, half already gray. The kind of color that makes you want to stay. I walked a long way back from somewhere, past the cafe with the window still lit, and everything about the ordinary felt like it was exactly meant to fit. Not looking for a moment or a meaning, just the warmth of being somewhere near. The roads comes in below the evening, and everything I feel becomes more clear. Still here when the light changes, still here when the color goes. 아직 네 앞에 있고 싶어, just like the evening, soft and close. Not asking for a reason or a promise, just the fact of you in this warm air. Still here when the light changes, and I'm glad that I am here. You texted something small around this hour, the words that rearranged the way I felt. I read it on the corner of the street, and something in me quietly just melts. The city moved around me like it always does, unhurried, full of its own kind of grace. And I thought about the way you hold a moment, the ease of you in any kind of space. Not the dramatic kind, not the searching kind, more the kind that settles like the night. The groove picks up below the way I'm moving, and everything about today feels right. Still here when the light changes, still here when the color goes. 아직 네 앞에 있고 싶어, just like the evening, soft and close. Not asking for a reason or a promise, just the fact of you in this warm air. Still here when the light changes, and I'm glad that I am here. 봄 저녁은 왜 이렇게 좋은 걸까? Every spring evening holds a version of you. The light goes slow, the air stays warm, and I keep finding you in the in-between. In the in-between. Still here, light changing. Still close, still yours. 아직 여기, still here. Cursor blinking like it's waiting for me. 3 drivers there I won't go back to. The phone gets heavy in my palm, and I haven't even hit send. 보내야 하는데 the screen stays bright and the words stay shy. 3 drafts deep and the night gets later, each one softer than the last. I keep finding what I almost meant and losing it on the next line. Maybe it's nothing, maybe it's something, maybe a sentence shouldn't carry this much. I close the app and open it again, like the answer might change in between. 아직 결정 못했어. The screen stays bright and the words stay shy. 3 drafts deep and the night gets later, each one softer than the last. I keep finding what I almost meant and losing it on the next line. 뒤라고 해야 할지, some questions stay sitting overnight. Some answers come when you're not looking. Three drafts deep, I close the app for now. The cursor keeps its place.